It's a do not talk, talking about two things you're never supposed to talk about, religion and politics. That's what we do. I have introduced you to this man before. He's been on before. His fight is continuing, shockingly still continuing. The county he lives in is supposed to be a red county. But as I've been warning you for so long now, your counties where you think you're safe, and it's a red county because there's a lot of Republicans there and so on and so forth. There's a whole lot of infiltration that's been happening. And most of it is in you got your three branches of government, right? Your judicial, your executive, your legislative. But I believe there's a fourth, and it's your unelected bureaucrats. There's a lot of them. They run for office. They love to have their little positions of power in the government. They love to get paid to be the Karens that they really are, which is to tell you what to do, control you, force you, make you comply in an unlawful way, often going against our own United States and even our state of California constitutions. They don't care because they got the power. And as long as we sit back and we don't show up and we don't really get involved, and we're like, it's too bad for that guy. Wow, that sucks. Then it's going to continue. And trust me, it's only going to get worse. That's why I wanted to bring Randy Mitchell back into the fold here and get him on with us here on Do Not Talk, because there's something's happening this Thursday that I really pray and hope you will show up for. Hello, Randy. How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Fantastic. Randy, to get you caught up, started a barbershop and did so well that he grew. He's in several counties with his shop, and it's all family owned and operated, and he's the man. And it's called Uppercut Barbershops. Well, during the COVID shutdown, remind us what happened during the COVID shutdown.
What happened was we had an order to we were deemed non-essential, and I'm a small business owner. I've worked my butt off. I've always told I was a troubled kid growing up and made some mistakes and whatnot, and I was always told that to do right and to work hard, and God will bless us, and things will be better. So I since I started having kids, I've worked my butt off, stay out of trouble, and I started a small business, and cutting hair. I have a passion for cutting hair and for art just in general. And they told us that we were not essential, and I disagreed with that for the simple fact that military, law enforcement, and our firefighters are all essential, and they all have grooming standards. So, right. Hey, I'm a groomer, so why am I essential? Starbucks, the mochachinos and the Home Depots and the flat rollback prices on the 85-inch screen TVs at Walmart stuff, that's not essential. But, me keeping military guys, military men and women, and police officers and whatnot groomed, I felt was essential. And I've worked my butt off to provide for my family. And I didn't want to get on my hands and knees and pray the almighty government was going to take care of me. So I took into my own hands, as an American should. And I said, I'm going to stay open and I'm going to work my butt off. And
do you have a count? Do you have a count of how many friends of yours like you started their own businesses and during the shutdown lost everything because they were told it was just going to be 2 weeks to let slow the spread? That turned into 2 years.
Yeah.
How many of your friends lost everything because of it?
Honestly, I've lost count of people that I've known. I know a lot of people. Like I said, I've been cutting hair for 20 years, so I know a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that have lost their businesses and no longer. They had to walk away from their buildings, had to walk away from their livelihood, start completely over. Lost cars got repoed. They were delinquent on their mortgages. The houses are going up for foreclosure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list went on. And it's very sad, and I try to help everybody. I'm just a helping kind of guy. And so, yeah, I just took it into my own hands to and plus, I have a bunch of men and women that, that we became family, and we cut hair together, and we're like just huge family. And with all of us together with their wives and their kids, there's like about 100 of us, you know what I mean? So I just could not I couldn't sit at home and I couldn't look myself in the mirror.
Well, I've had, for example, there's a restaurant they have my business for life because they stayed open, and they were threatened, they were coerced, they had their liquor license threatened. Take that away, even though they were a restaurant, they did have a beer and wine. They were threatened to have that taken away just because they stayed open. They said we're complying. We're all wearing masks. We're making them do their 6 foot thing. We're doing everything you tell us we have to do, and no, we're not going to shut down because our employees are depending on us.
Mm.
That is our family. We're not going to close because of them. 2 restaurants, and they're still open, thank God, but they were put through hell. But they haven't been targeted the way you have. And by the way, one of those restaurants is in the very same county we're talking about, Placer County.
Yeah.
Why are they going after you?
I think it's because I just will not. Brent Ojax, he is the barbering and cosmetology attorney general, deputy attorney general. His name is Brent Ojax, and then Rob was it Bucha, the attorney general, the main attorney general. They when I first had my
Rob
initial,
Bonta, you're talking about.
yeah, Rob, yeah,
He's
the,
attorney general, yeah.
yeah, and then
Wicked,
yeah,
wicked,
yeah, wicked, really wicked.
wicked.
So I had my first court date was December 22nd, 2020, and it was a Zoom, and it was with the state of California, and I wrote off, we read off, case law, we read off constitutional law, we read off our constitution, our rights, our bill of rights. We read off all this stuff. They don't want to hear, and the way they work is they want you to send in everything a few like 48 hours ahead of time, email them so they can read over all this stuff, so they can have a little game plan to come. So when we were on there, we went to say, our defense, we wanted to read. They said, "Oh, well, you don't have to read that off. We already well, we want to make it. We want to note it for the record, so we're going to read this stuff off." So we read it off and whatnot, and then we had a few short choice words, and he told me they were going to suspend my license and whatnot, and I just told him to shove that license where the sun don't shine, and I no longer want to do business with them, and I'm going to be an American. I'm going to stand for what's right and what's righteous, and I'm going to provide for my family. And he did not like it, and since then, they have had it out for me, and they have not stopped. I mean, I'm talking like every week, sometimes a couple times. I get stuff. I mean, I have stacks, literally stacks from the ground, stacks of mail that is a waste of trees and a waste of taxpayers' money. And they send me stuff like that, and then they show up to court dates. They'll serve me. They just it's constant. It's constant manipulation. I mean, I honestly feel like, I mean, like it's like I don't like I'm Jewish and I'm hiding from Germany Nazi stormtroopers, and I have to sneak around, and it's a very awkward and a very disturbing feeling to be in America and to be a tax paying working class blue collar man and have to look over my shoulder because of my government is completely attacking me in every aspect. And I've reached out to numerous, um, um, civil attorneys and things like that. And I don't know what it is. Nobody got the balls to stand up and fight with me. And I have literally, me and a friend of ours have we know the same guy, whatever. He's been helping me, and he had some medical issues and things like that or whatnot. But I mean, it's just, I, I'm reaching out to everybody. I'm emailing people on a daily, calling, trying to get somebody to want to stand up and help. But what I did in the meantime is that we um, I turned everything into a 501c3, a nonprofit organization. I am no longer, we are no longer Uppercut Barbershop. We are Uppercut Social Club. Legislature's laws state in black and white that if you advertise to the public that you are a barber or a barber shop, or you advertise a barber pole, you have to be licensed. Well, okay, I fixed that problem. There is nothing out here that we do not advertise. We are not Uppercut Barbershop no longer. I do not advertise barber poles or nothing like that. I've been doing stuff in my community for 13 years since God has blessed me with, a small business. and been giving back to the kids in the community with backpack giveaways. I mean, we give out thousands of backpacks every year before school starts. Free haircuts. I do free haircuts all the time. I mean, people know me in my county for these things, and we give back constantly. You know what I mean? It's like a community center, so it fit. Social club. We're a social club. We're no longer a barbershop. I'm within the guidelines of legislation's laws, and they are still continuing to attack me. And everything is work based off donations and gifts. Um, we don't. I don't make profit. If people want to come in and donate, God bless you. If you want to come in and gift us, God bless you. People do. People come in and just gift and say here, this, that, and donate backpacks, donate school supplies, donate money. They do all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're a social club. They still attack, and it's crazy because at one point of this whole thing, I was this close to like saying, "Hey, man," I just told him, give me back the license, and it's all over with. They said, "No, no, 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 no. You go over here and you're gonna do what we say. You go over here and get this establishment license." Well, if I get an establishment license, sir, what's gonna happen is I won't be able to work on my establishment because you guys revoked my license. So why would I go get an established license first to give you jurisdiction of a building that belongs to me, and then I wouldn't be able to work in that place because I gave you jurisdiction now, and you haven't gave me back my barbering license. No, I'm not that dumb, and I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. So I actually went to jail. They took me to jail. They put a warrant out for me, took me to jail, and it's crazy because some of the correctional officers, the people in the booking, were like, "What are you in here for?" Because all my old stuff from back when I was a kid shows up, and I was like, "No, man, I don't live that life no more, man." I said, "I'm in here for cutting hair." They said, "For what?" I said, "For cutting hair." Blown away. They're like, "This is crazy, man." And the crazy thing is, I'm sitting in a booking, and it's like a hospital. I got a bunch of people, kids and men and women laying around me, kicking fentanyl and heroin, opiates, moaning and groaning, and I'm sitting there watching a Steven Seagal movie and booking for cutting hair. And these guys, and I asked one guy next to me, I said, "Man, what are you in here for, man?" He says, I busted out a window, vandalized this little store to try to get some money, you know what I mean, or get something I can sell to get my fix." I said, "Man, no way. What are you looking at?" He said, "Oh, they're ORing me." That guy got out of jail before I did. I was blown away. I was like, "This is crazy." Because, oh, I'm sorry, I can't even hear you. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I accidentally hit mute.
Oh,
So I'm talking to you all this time trying to get questions in, and holy cow, buddy! Sorry about that. That's what happens when you go live. Things happen.
yeah.
So I am stunned by all this. I did not know that you had actually gotten arrested. I hadn't heard that part. OR means own recognizance. In other words, no bail. So that dude gets out attempting a robbery, but you for cutting hair. This is insane. What
Totally.
you were talking about Salam Abraham, who I
Yeah,
greatly admire that man. He's a lawyer. He helps people with getting what they call a PMA, a private membership agreement or association, private membership association. That is a constitutional right where you're now operating, as Randy said, a club.
yeah,
You're no longer falling under the jurisdiction or the control and the rules of counties. Well, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. No, no, no. We're artists, and this is the kind of art that we do. You're okay with Hunter Biden selling his art? Well, we're selling our art, and we're not even selling it. It's all based on contributions. You
yeah,
had to pull down all your signage. No more barber poles, nothing like that. It's the Uppercut Social Club, and it's word of mouth. People know what's going on in there, and they want to get a first of all, quality environment. You always dude up your shops really well, especially for men. And you always have a sports and a boxing theme because that's you, that you're that guy. And it's a fun place to hang out. And this is your family, for heaven's sake. And
yeah,
this is how it should be. You're operating cleanly. You're operating legally within our U.S. Constitution and our California State Constitution.
yeah,
This is all legal stuff. So this control, this harassment, this tyranny, this being put on you. I'm furious over it. Absolutely furious. I've been following your story. So something's happening this Thursday. This is kind of like the final court hearing where they're going to decide what they're going to do with you, is it? Or we're going to decide how we're going to make him comply or how we're going to punish him for daring to say, I'm going to stay open. We're talking like way after the fact now, and they're still going after you for this. What's happening Thursday?
So Thursday, they're trying to find me in contempt of court, basically, that I didn't abide by the judge's rulings and what he set in place. They said that they have seen me, cutting hair and do this, and they have no evidence or whatever. They send me things and they see me get out of a car with a beanie on or something. Things like, like I said, they're trying to find me in contempt of court, and I don't know. I don't really know what that all leads with. I don't know if they're going to take me to jail or whatnot for being in contempt of court, if the judge finds that I was in a contempt of court or whatnot. So I honestly don't know. I mean, like I say, I don't trust our justice system. I do not trust it.
Me neither. Not anymore.
No, not at all. It's not. People say, judge, there's no more justice. There's just they need to clean house. I needs to come in there and clean house because it's not for the people. What makes me sick when I'm in those courtrooms and I hear the judge say, did the people have anything else to say? They're talking to the district attorney. They're calling the district attorney the people. And I'm like, well, this is sickening. Those are supposed to be we the people, and the judge is supposed to be up there to look after my behalf to make sure I'm being treated right. You know what I mean? And my rights are being looked after. But it's nothing like that whatsoever. It is completely nuts. I mean, if you're a drug addict and you're out committing crimes, you're golden, dude. You are golden, and they will slap you on the butt cheek or the wrist, depends on what you're doing, and send you down the road. But if you are a working class American, and that's what's hard, because like I say, I grew up as a knucklehead. That's why I do so much with the youth. I grew up as a knucklehead, getting in trouble and doing things. I was always told that, to live right, to do right, to make better decisions, this, that. So, back then, the knuckleheads, you were the ones getting thrown in jail, and you were the ones doing the time, and you was the ones, you get caught with a little bit of weed or a couple stems or something, they were punishment, right? Now it's completely flipped. It is completely opposite now. If you're a working class, blue collar American, and you're abiding by laws and you're doing right in your community and doing right by others, you are spit on. That's why I look at it. You're spit on. You're looked at like a trash, and like you've done something wrong. And the people that are coming in that are strung out on drugs, repeat offenders, over and over. I sit in these courtrooms and listen to these cases, and I'm just like, this is insane. This is insane. I'm just blown away by it. Like I said, I haven't been in trouble in over 20 years, felony things like that. So I'm sitting in courtrooms now, and I'm like, what is going on? It's sad. It is so sad. It's sickening. And it's just, they call us chattel. It's short for cattle. And it's just a big old money-making scheme, and it's not for the people. And I wish they would stop using that word, the people, because they're not we the people. It's very disgusting.
So what are we the people able to show up at this court hearing, and what would be the benefit of that if we did?
I'm sure. I honestly don't know. I've been going to all these court dates for over 3 years by myself. I mean, if one of my kids are off work or has a day off, they can come with me. It works out. Like the time I went to jail, my daughters was with me, so I got to give them my keys and my money and my stuff before they booked me, and they got to take my car, so my car didn't get towed out in the parking lot or nothing like that. So, but most of the time I either go by myself or, like I said, one of my kids or something like that. So,
please show up this Thursday.
I don't.
Please show up this Thursday. There's no reason why we can't be sitting in the seats there in that courtroom. There's no reason why we can't be filling that place up and showing some support and maybe being a little vocal. I mean, not disruptive, but vocal.
It's just crazy.
I don't know, but I don't see at this point how it would hurt. It would only help, I think, if these people, these freaking bullies, because I learned from a very young age, you stand up to bullies and they will always back down. And these people are bullies.
Yeah.
So if we showed up enforce. If there were 20 or 30 of us in that courtroom sitting there showing support for Randy Mitchell and the Uppercut Social Club, that might make a huge difference, my friend.
I think that's what we need to do as Americans in general, just in this country alone. I always tell
You
people,
may-
we can't fix our state until we fix our communities. You know what I mean? So we gotta chip away. Fix our communities, and we can fix the state, and then we can pray to God fix the country. But we all need to come together. I'm willing to go to other people's court dates as well. I mean, if just more bodies and more people, we have to stand together, because if we don't stand,
I absolutely think so. And I just got back from the Take Back Our Border convoy down at the border. I was there for 3 days in SoCal and in Arizona, down at Yuma and that area, supporting this. And one thing I heard many times over from speakers up on stage and people in the crowd, courage is contagious. Well, we need a whole lot more people showing some courage and showing up for these kind of things. And I hope it does become contagious. We have got to, Randy's right. We got to stand up. We got to show up just to be there and go, no, 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 no. You people stop this. And we're going to remember you. We're going to remember your names. We're going to campaign against you. We're going to run people against you. That's what's happening in the school boards too. A couple of very integral school boards were flipped and turned conservative majority because of that. We got to do it now for Randy. It's time to stand up for these businesses that we support with our dollars, but yet we don't show up when the government rains down terror on them. And that is what this is. I've heard, you've shared stories in the past. I won't make you do it again, but spying, taking photographs and videos, and it's like they're trying to catch you, and you're being a fraud. You put in a claim for disability, and they're trying to catch you lifting a box or something. His back's not hurt. That seems to be the kind of attitude they have towards you. They're trying to catch you in something all the time.
yeah.
Well, these people are getting paid a lot of money, and these attorneys are getting paid a lot of money to continue to harass us. You think Randy Mitchell has that kind of money? Thank God for Salam Abraham, because I know he doesn't charge you. I know he doesn't take it. If you can make a donation to him, that's his ministry. But the fact that he offers all this legal advice and assistance and showing up with you and so on is admirable. But we need more. We need people like you and me, we the people, showing up for people like Randy here when it comes down to this kind of abuse and harassment. So it is going to be at the Auburn Courthouse. If you don't know where that is, in the town of Auburn, in Placer County, that's where that's that big giant dome, right?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
So I had a couple hearings and stuff there and whatnot, and like I said, they're so slick with the mailbox, and they're so slick with everything, like the court dates, and then they'll tell you, okay, we have a court date to this day, and then they'll tell you the day before, oh, okay, well, it's canceled, and it's this, and it's very very, very emotionally draining. They're very good. I don't know if these guys to be this way, but and I've been fighting alone. I mean, I had a couple. I've had a couple
to get you to quit, and then they have a notch on their belt, and they get to count it as another win, taking down a frickin' family-run business.
It's crazy.
This is insane. What's happening?
And I want to say one thing, and this is one thing I'm so sick of hearing, because I asked Brent O'Jacks, and whenever we were at court in the Placer County, we were going to Placer County down there in Roseville area there, Rockland, Roseville. The courthouse is there. He was there. It was a 1:30 court appearance, and I went to a few of those. Thank God the district attorney there dropped the charges or whatnot. But I told him, I said, hey man, what is your problem, dude? Don't how do you look yourself in the mirror? Ain't you sick to your stomach even being here and trying to come after me and disrupt me and my family for trying to provide for ourselves? You know what I mean? And he's just like, hey, I'm just doing my job. And I'm so sick.
There it is.
So sick of people using that as a freaking excuse. I'm just doing my job.
You know who else used that excuse?
Huh?
Used that excuse during the Nazi era, Nazi Germany, and they used that in the trials that where many of them were convicted of war crimes, and that was what they said again and again. Hey, I was just following orders. Hey, I was just doing my job.
Well,
This has got to stop, and we have to show up, or it's gonna. You're next.
yeah.
Now's the time to stand up with people like Randy. So it's this Thursday, February. What is that? Is that the 9th?
That's the 8th.
Oh, the 8th. Okay. Thursday, February 8th at 8:30 in the morning, Department 3 at the Auburn Courthouse in Placer County. Show up. Should we bring signs? What kind of signs would we bring?
Yeah, bring whatever. I mean, bring American flags. I mean, just we have to stand together because they're not letting up on me, and they're trying to ruin my life, and they're doing a pretty good job. And like I say, I've been doing this. I've been fighting this alone and going to these court dates, and I'm just tired of hearing people say we're doing our job because as Americans, regardless of your race, your creed, your nationality, if you live on this soil, our job is to protect this Constitution, foreign or domestic.
Amen.
And this is domestic, folks.
Amen.
If I know it might not be bothering you right now because people have moved on 3 years down the road, but I promise you, if we don't stand together and stand up and fight and protect our Constitution and protect our country in this domestic violence that we're going through with our government and our courthouses, it promise you it's going to land right smack in the middle of your dinner table sooner than later. I promise you.
Absolutely.
So,
Randy Mitchell, thank you so much, brother. Please keep fighting the good fight. Please don't quit. Please don't give up. But I know we have to be there. You need us. And if you can't make it this coming Thursday at 8:30, at least pray. That's the greatest thing you could ever do for anyone. Pray for the success. Pray for the evil to be stopped. Pray for the encouragement and safety of Randy and his family and the people who work with him and his businesses. And Uppercut Social Club, look it up. Do you have a website?
yes, it's www.uppercutsocialclub.com.
Perfect.
And you become a member, and it runs through all the literature and everything else. You check the box, and the crazy thing is, we got this membership thing from old Gavin Newsom. His winery never shut down because it was members only. And how do I know? Is because somebody told me. So I called that winery and had to make reservations, but they told me, "Sir, are you a member?" And I said, "No, I'm not." So, well, you have to become a member. And I was like, "Boom, there we go." So we have to do. We have to privatize and become members.
This has got us.
Now I'm frowned on. Now I'm looked at like a piece of crap because I'm doing what they do. But I just want to work. I just want to. That's all I want to do. Leave me be. Let me live in peace.
My brother, I really hope that somebody shows up Thursday. A whole bunch of somebodies. Please show up. Thank you, my friend. All right.
God bless.
You too. He has, he does, he will, and he will for you as well. I am Charlie Simons. Thank you so much for joining me on Do Not Talk, and may God bless you and keep you. May God bless America, but most importantly, may America bless God.